major indoor lacrosse on the deuce. It's a heavyweight grudge match. In this corner, weighing in at 1,172 pounds, in green and white, the Boston Blazers. Their opponent, the two-time defending champion, Buffalo Bandits.
The 22-game
history comes to land. The Boston team has held Buffalo to 10 goals.
Yes, the streak was broken. Boston's victory over Buffalo was a total team effort, but goalie Marty O'Neill was awesome. So awesome that the Bandits' John Tavares was determined to deliver the knockout punch, but he was denied.
As was the attempted comeback by the Bandits, with the crowd behind them and with Tavares leading the charge, bringing them within 1 goal in the third quarter. Frustrations mounted, tempers began to flare. O'Neill retaliated with a strike of his own, and the war began. Boston wins. Both benches cleared, and the groundwork is laid for tonight's rematch, the Bash in Boston.
Let's get ready to rumble!
The grapple in the Garden, the Bash in Boston. Call it what you want, but tonight is going to be a war for first place in the National Division. Hi, everybody. Leif Elsmo, along with Christy Lee. We're bringing you more major Indoor Lacrosse League action on the deuce. This game is important. Let me show you why. Last night, Philadelphia beats Detroit, putting them into second place now in the National Division. The Gates, a big night, 7 goals, 6 assists. But let's look at the standings of the National Division. The Buffalo Bandits now back in first, and they can hold on to that position with a win tonight. Boston fighting for still a chance to win the National Division if they can beat Buffalo twice in the same year. Let's take a look at how this great team from Boston ended the 22-game winning streak the last time they played up in Buffalo. Here's a typical offense for the team from Buffalo. 1 player, 2 player, 3 players on defense. Look how the Buffalo team is being marked by Boston. 5 players defensively, marking up man on man, giving them very few options. Not much motion off the ball. Here Hamley comes in, breaks the defense of 1 Blazer, but it leaves 1 option for a shot. Off the ball, no cuts, no motion. Hamley comes in, O'Neill makes the easy stop. It was that way all night. Few options and big saves by O'Neill. On the other end of the field, you've got the great offense of Boston doing things better than they have ever done them before. Here, Cameron picks up a loose ball, and it looked this way all night. They got the ground balls and controlled them throughout the game. He gives it back to the defensive allotment, who now clears the ball up, and very patiently, Boston would set their offense in gear. Watch the motion off the ball as they set up the man to take the ball up top. 3 players to the right. And if we freeze it here, let's watch the motion of this man as he comes in to set a pick. The middle man gives him another option to the ball carrier's right, and then underneath, a cutter to the far side. 3 players in motion to really get the Boston players confused in the defense. The option is over to the near side, shot and a goal on Cowie. Motion off the ball was confusing Buffalo all night, and that was one of the keys to success for Boston in the first meeting. They'll have to do it tonight if they want to win. It was a rough game, no question about it. And nobody is in more danger than our Christy Lee.
Leif, as you can see, the fans are in the garden are ready to rumble! Yeah! Hey, last time these 2 teams met, Buffalo Boston, it was a melee. I am prepared being down there on that bench. I was not going to dress any other way. And if things really get bad, we'll...
Think of all this as a large block of ice. Think of this as a chip off the old block. Coors Light's aged ice cold. So when you think of ice, think of the silver bullet. The only way to chill.
Brine Lacrosse, the power behind the game.
When Burger King Flame Broiling went one-on-one against frying, you know who won? Flame Broiling won, 4-1. In fact, the Flame Broiled Whopper is the #1 preferred burger in America. And for a limited time, the Whopper is just 99 cents. 99 cents for the #1 burger.
Welcome to
We
Burger
may not be the world's #1 fast food place. It just tastes that way. Get a 99-cent Whopper at Burger King.
All right, face-to-face, two of the big heroes tonight. Jimmy Beltman, the vacuum cleaner, rock collector, 23 ground balls last game, more than twice anybody else on his team. Toby Boucher, 3-2, a Blazer blaster for his team. Toby Boucher, a well-balanced player. Watch for him tonight. Ross Cowie, a goalie that will be tested, comes out of the goal out. We'll watch his technique against Marty O'Neill. Marty O'Neill was the hero as Boston beat and upset the beautiful team from Buffalo, the Buffalo Bandits. Last time they played, they broke the 22-game win streak. And this reminds you of that because that was history in the middle. We're looking at the Garden in Boston. 2 more years left of competitive games here in the Garden before the new one's done. This is Talmo, who is their face-off specialist. As we look at the bench, Ron Frazier, an All-American player, successful coach here at Boston. And Darius Kilgore, 43, for the Buffalo Bandits in the orange and black. Bruce Crawford signals illegal procedure on Talmo. He'll give it off to Buffalo. And we are off and running. Lee Felsmo, Christy Lee on the deuce. Both teams want to get off early and fast. Tavares gets the ball down deep. Number 11 all the way across far side. Stewart takes a shot. Bounces off Chris Cameron. Loose Stewart looks for the ground ball. Again, ground balls are key to the success of either team. Feldman cranks one up. Another save by O'Neill. O'Neill gets that, actually his first save. The first one bounced off Cameron. Cameron now comes up with it. Great player at Lehigh. Chris Cameron was the athlete of the year, his senior year at Lehigh. Watch for him, number 17 for the Blazers. Carmine, 45, 6 assists. Last time these two teams played, or actually 7 assists, or 7 points. This guy is tough. Tom Carmine, number 45, tries to wave it down, doesn't get it. There's Kilgore now. Fresh lines in for the Bandits. We're just underway. First quarter action in a must-win game for both teams. There's Kilgore now. Gives it back up front. Hammer Hamlin swept away by O'Neill. His feet almost knocked it in. It's still loose. O'Neill with the vacuum sweep, the old broom sweep, and lost control for a moment. Fast breaking style. Channon Chuck back to Carmine. Carmine. Oh, 2 players. The trailing player, Cochran, just nails them. Last being 14-10, the Boston victory snapped that 22-game win streak. The Bandits still lead the series 5-1, but the Bandits really owned the league. Somebody had to beat them, and it was this team from Boston who always plays them tough. They have such great team speed, Boston does. They take more shots than anybody in the league. It's their on-goal shooting that is the real question mark. They were sizzling hot up in Buffalo. Can they match that performance? Brian Nicula, number 12 for Buffalo, right into the gut of O'Neill. And that was really the key. The on-goal shooting, which is normally down around 70%. Not very good as far as the league average is concerned for Boston. But last time against Buffalo, they shot 88% of their shots on goal and really was one of the deciding factors. Look at the motion offense for Boston. Showed you in the tees how they always have to go off the ball moving. Tyson Elias tries to get a stick on Stevens. Stevens, number 15 for Boston. Out front, tries to find a cutting player in the middle, and the clock expired. 30-second shot clock. You've got to put a shot on the goal. It's 4 feet high, 4.5 feet wide. You've got to hit it to reset the shot clock. Troy Cordingley working on a sore right foot. He's going one-on-one to get a shoot now. Looking for help. 18 on the shot clock. Being dragged by Donovan. Tries to slam dunk. No goal. O'Neill again with a big save. Watch out, Stewart! And another sweeping save by O'Neill. Stewart will be 37 years old. He's number 36 on the Buffalo team. He'll be 37 next month. A great player. A national team veteran from Canada. Doddridge with a left-handed shot off the boards. Another follow-up. Cameron! Chris Cameron, promotions manager for Brine Lacrosse, takes the shot off the deflection, and gets the first goal of the game. Look at Cameron sight it up. Beautiful shot in the corner, and the athlete of the year from Lehigh there gets his first goal of the night. Chris Cameron has really come on strong to compete and contribute to the Boston team over the last couple of years. He was critical of the game against Buffalo in that big win when the game was tight. Cameron assisted and scored on 2 of the critical goals when the game was in the balance at about 10-9 in the third quarter. Big defense there by Talmo against Darius Kilgore. Kilgore cutting down is open, but Shaughnessy takes it up top. Oh, they can't handle it. Cochran can't pick it up, and the defense, again, very physical. Frazier gets called for that push. He might be spending time in the box. Coach's son, number 18, if you look at Chris Cameron coming off, he has the first goal of the game.
2 minutes cross-check.
Me have my righties going out. Randy and who?
All right, you heard Frazier. He wants his righties at the door, ready to go. And he's got his man-down unit in there. His man-down unit consists of 3 lefties, or 3 righties, I should say, and 1 lefty with Francis down low. It's 5 against 4. Power play for Buffalo. No, angle down low. Tavares takes a shot. We had nothing to shoot at. Accordingly, Scholes up top, hammer, Hamley. Down low again, accordingly cannot connect. Shot clock reset. It's a 2-minute penalty. It'll give the advantage to Buffalo. Ball's loose again on the floor. Up front, they try to pick it up. O'Neal sweeps it to the side. Darius Kilgore controls, cannot pick it up cleanly. This is Cordingley, number 40. One of the great young stars. Hamley gets it into Darius Kilgore off the pipe. Kilgore just shaking his head. What do they have to do to score? This is a team that was taken out of their offense last time Boston played them. And now he cannot find the range from point-blank range. He hits the pipe. There's Tommy Carmine. He needs another shaft. He's switching sticks. Francis comes off. Blazers get the ball. Now, don't forget, they are down by 1. It's 5 guys for Buffalo against 4 for Boston. Look at the Buffalo team. They will not go out and press. They'll keep 4 men in a box and 1 man in the middle. There'll be 1 man in the middle of this. They will not press because they know that Boston will just eat up the 30-second clock. They'll get the ball back. At least that's their plan. Blanchard now, MVP last week against New York. Blanchard from Ohio Wesleyan tries to get into the cylinder with 3 seconds left, and just that easily, Buffalo does not give him an easy shot. That was the plan by Les Bartley. He gets the ball back. Yes, it took time off the clock, but they still have 45 seconds left with 5 on 4. And that's what Bartley wanted. Darius Kilgore, right-handed shot in development with a big fake. Kilgore pulls it, beats 2 players, back development, back door, easy shot by Cordingley. Slam dunk, you don't work it any better than that. Good crowd here in the Garden. And that was a textbook power play against O'Neal. Watch the movement. It starts at the top, goes to our left, down to our right. Cordingley slam dunks, leans in. Easy power play goal. We're all tied at 1. Troy Cordingley gets his first goal tonight. A power play goal to tie the score at 1. A little over 9 minutes left in the first quarter. Leaf Elsmo, Christy Lee on the deuce. Major Indoor Lacrosse League action. Another whistle on the floor. And it looks like we'll be going power play for Buffalo. Again, Buffalo has a team that spends more minutes in the box. Trying to pick up the call. Bruce. Here we go. Bruce Crawford on the side. We're trying to get the call. But anyway, it's a 2-minute penalty. The second one. It's against Neil Doddridge. This is not good. Boston has less penalties per game than anybody in the league. It's one of their secrets. They don't spend much time in the penalty box. Buffalo, one of the reasons they think they lost the game against Boston last time was because they had 30 minutes in penalties to half that amount, 15 minutes, 14 minutes for the Boston team. So far in this game, 2 penalties against Boston, giving these teams from Buffalo the power play. And they are so tough as O'Neal picks up that ball. That was Tavares cutting right across the cylinder. Carmine now trying to burn up some time. 1:21 left on this penalty to Neil Doddridge. Carmine comes in trying to beat Veltman. Looking across to Randy Frazier, but that connection was not clean. Now Tavares has got a trailing player, Veltman. He's got Veltman, takes a shot. Big save by O'Neal. Ball still loose. Carmine can't get it cleanly, and now picked up by the trailing player, Hamley. Hamley settles things down. Playing that 3 spot way out front. Hamley will be the quarterback right there. He'll trigger the offense. 2 left-handed shooters on his right-handed side. And, of course, 2 right-handed shooters up to the goalie's right. Buffalo really honors the right-handed, left-handed situations. Here it goes to Kilgore. Takes one right into the face mask of O'Neal. 36 seconds left on the penalty to Doddridge. Score tied at 1, 7:50 left in the first quarter. Buffalo historically starts a little slow. They'll kill you in the second and third quarter if you let them. Boston now trying to use a ball 30 seconds. 17 on the penalty, 7 on the shot clock. If they don't get a good shot, they'll just dump it in the corner. Carmine wants a shot, takes one, almost gets something off of it. Swept, shot clock expires. Now fast break. Cordingley looks for a trailer. Nobody, wheels around. Big fake and a goal. 2 goals for Cordingley. Beautifully done. Frazier trying to keep his players out of the penalty box, but this one was a fast break goal by Troy Cordingley, who's nursing a sore right foot. The wheel move down low. No trailing player on defense. He waits, fakes to the right side. A little bit of rope left. Gets that 2-1 lead for Buffalo. It was a fast break at the tail end of a stall move by Boston. Still a power play, and I think you have to consider that pretty much a power play goal, even if the clock had expired. Great fast break. The young rookie Cordingley. Now back out. This is Brian Hall. Takes a shot. Arm save by O'Neal.
The next goal.
I'll tell you right now, Frazier's on the sideline talking about the penalties. He's saying, get out of the box. This is not their style of play. They put themselves in a little bit of a hole by giving Buffalo 2 power plays early on. And they've had the ball a lot in their offensive end, putting pressure on O'Neal. This is Nicola. He's strong and tough. Left-hander comes in near side. Beautiful shot. Hold call. And Christy, you're on the Boston side. This team has to be holding things right now. A little bit worried here in the first quarter.
Well, Leaf, you said it just moments ago when you said that Coach Frazier's trying to keep his guys out of the penalty box. Tom Carmine ran in and said, you guys, we've got to stay out of the box. That's been a key already in this game. And after the last meeting in Buffalo, you can bet these refs are going to keep a close-knit tie on these guys and not let what happened last time happen in Boston.
Well, Christie will watch the Tappers on the sideline, but that is something both teams want to stay away from. You're absolutely right. Ross Cowie right there. He's wide-eyed at the anticipation of a lot of offense tonight. Teams all leaving at 5 apiece on the field. 6 minutes left, first quarter. 2-1, Buffalo leading. They've had the benefit of 2 power plays and very little set offense for the Boston squad. This is Toby Boucher from Ohio Wesleyan. Key player, you saw him in the face-to-face. One of 3 players on the squad of Boston that are from the Ohio Wesleyan program. Charlie Blanchard, the MVP of the game against New York, another one of the good-looking rookies also from the team. Jed Cronin, also from Ohio Wesleyan. Now they start with Darius Kilgore. The team from Buffalo has shuffled their lineups a little bit. Les Bartley now gets Darius Kilgore wide open. The big, strong Kilgore, one-handed shot. What power as he beats 2 players to get the one-handed shot. He got a little bit of air as he launched himself into the cylinder and picked up by O'Neal. This is Carmine again up top. So far, the only scoring for Boston by Chris Cameron, the Lehigh star. Bruce Chanenchuk. Johns Hopkins, great when he was playing the field game. Now he beats 2 players, looks for help out front. And again, the shot clock expires. Christie, sideline.
Yeah, Leaf, I'm down here with Steve Conley, the assistant coach for the Boston Blazers. And, Steve, it looks like the Blazers are coming out a little tentative in this first quarter.
Well, yo.
She is right in the middle of the action, so Conley's barking out some orders as she's talking to him. He's trying to do business and interview at the same time.
He'll do it when we're on offense, Leaf.
Okay.
You gotta wait just a second. It's a very important game.
Absolutely, it's
for
a fast
both
game.
teams.
4:26 left in the first quarter. 2-1. Buffalo leads. Very little of what we would consider a set patterned offense coming out of Boston so far. They've only had it maybe a couple of times. They've been down 2 different 2-minute stretches in this first quarter. Now let's see if they can get something going. Stevens gets it in the middle. Watch the rocket shot. The same place. That one by Clemens, local favorite. Ball goes off of goalie Cowie and up into the net. All right, Christy.
We're going to try this again, Leaf. Steve, of course, your job is for the defense, and now that we're playing a little bit more on the offensive side, can you talk about the tentative play of your players early on?
Well, I think the ramifications of a playoff spot, maybe first place in the league, both teams are a little tight. We're at the 4-minute mark. It's a 2-1 ball game. That's basically who we want it to be with a strong Buffalo club in the first quarter.
Great, Steve.
We're going to loosen up now. We're going to play a little better.
Great. Steve Conley, assistant coach, thank you very much. Leaf?
All right, Christy, one thing we're going to watch is right there we saw Boston drive the ball deep. To the right of your screen, in the first game, they would drive the ball deep, stretch the field, bring it back with a lot of motion. And motion was key. They've got now a penalty against the goalie. Ross Cowie comes off. They have to bring in a fresh goalie, Bill Geary, who has not warmed up. Cowie, number 1, goes into the penalty box. A crucial penalty here. Slash call on Cowie. He'll be in the box for 2 minutes. Let's watch it. There it is. There's the slash. He'll be in the box. Fresh goalie comes in to face the juggernaut offense. The power play for Boston as they try to tie the game.
Spartan School of Aeronautics is ready to help you launch an exciting career as an A&P technician, quality control expert, avionics technician, pilot, or communications technician. According to FAPA, between now and the year 2010, there are going to be over 100,000 job opportunities, and Spartan can give you what it takes to be part of this exciting, rewarding industry. So pick up the phone, call Spartan now, and let your career take off.
For information on aviation career training, call 1-800-544-1000. 1-800-544-1000.
You don't have to be 19 to have a body like this. You don't have to work out 8 hours a day. You don't have to be narcissistic or shallow. In fact, all you really need is $39 a month. The SoloFlex Muscle Machine. What are you waiting for?
2-1 Buffalo leads. They've had 2 power plays. Right now we are getting to set in motion the first power play for Boston. Chris Cameron will inbound. This is a fresh look. Cameron now playing up top. A new face on the power play. Let's see what he can do up there. He's got great vision. And they bypass Cameron. Now back to him. He looks up, takes the bounce shot wide. Picks it back up to the wing. Right-handed shot. There you go. 3 passes picked off finally by the defense. Aird clogged it up. Stu Aird gives it up easily to Shaughnessy. All the way up to the streaking Hammer Hamley. And Cameron's back to get it into goalie O'Neill's hands.
We got a penalty.
Illegal check on Hammer Hamley. O'Neill had the ball. Hamley checked him, and that'll put him in the box for 2 minutes.
Tell him, Dave. '28, 2 minutes delay of game.
All right, delay of game, the call. And it had to do with how he was interacting with goalie O'Neill. When O'Neill has the ball, or any goalie has the ball, see that circle behind O'Neill? The crease is a protected area for the goalie. If he has 1 foot in there and possession of the ball, you can't check his stick. So they're saying that Hamley was just trying to gain some time. Now it's 5 against 3. Only 3 defensive players for Buffalo. Back door to Doddridge, goes wide. Aird, beautiful behind, or between the legs, inside, and they can't get that shot by Doddridge to go. Geary, with no warm-up, has made 2 saves. Again, they reset 5 players against 3. This is Frazier, Randy Frazier. Low shot, Geary with a good save. There's Kilgore, Clemens gets it back. You've got to take smart shots. You think you have a shot all the time, but you might not. It feels like every player out there has a great shot. You've got to be a little bit smarter. Clemens, back door. Frazier, no angle at all down low. They're killing themselves with that low angle. There's almost nothing to shoot at down that low. Finally, back to Cameron, Toby Boucher. Left-handed shot and a big save by Geary. Fresh shot clock, but 30 seconds left on the penalty to Cowie, and a minute left to the Hamley penalty. You get the sense as we look at Geary, who's doing a great job with no warm-up, that they're pressing a little bit. You feel like everybody has a shot, and down low there's not much to shoot at. That player right there is going to have one. Backdoor is good. There comes Boucher, and a big save by Geary. A lot more motion when you bypass up top. Boucher had a great shot, but the defense of Buffalo is absolutely playing incredibly against 5 offensive players. The 3 men, Aird and Shaughnessy and company, have really turned away the offense. This is Brian Nicula. 1 second on Cowie. His penalty is up. Elias comes on the field. He goes into the penalty box, or into the bench area now for Veltman. So now it's 5 on 4 for only 18 seconds. Shot clock down to 3. Picked off in midair. Here comes a fast break if they can pull it off. Boston down to Boucher. Move into the cylinder. He's got to shoot. No, the defense of Brian Hall takes away the offense. Great defense for Brian Hall. It's 5 on 4 for just 1 more second. They won't have much time. They didn't realize it. Blanchard did not realize that time was clicking down. They tried to hit Cameron with a cutting play. Harvey, shot clock down to 4. You better shoot quick, Charlie! And a big save by Geary. Geary has looked sharp. Came in with no warm-up. 53 seconds left in the first quarter. 2-1, Buffalo leading. Christie talked about the tightness of both teams. I think both teams not wanting to make any huge mistakes early on, knowing that this is a very critical game as they move toward the playoffs in the mill. Tyson Elias, maybe the best looking rookie on this Buffalo team. Big move inside by Glenn Lay. Glenn Lay, Native American, inside and picked up beautifully by Elias. Whoa, is he something hard to handle? Elias just slam dunks it, a loose ball, but he's 6'2", 214. Watch how he picks up the loose ball. Lay came in, plays the body, then Elias comes in, picks it out of O'Neal's hands, and once he gets it from O'Neal, nobody's in the goal. Watch O'Neal come out. O'Neal comes out, doesn't get it. Elias does, turns, fires, nobody there to make the save. Good heads-up play by Elias. 3-1. Winning the first quarter critical for both teams, and Buffalo has come out on top. 23 seconds left. They still have time to score. Boston does. Blanchard all the way up top. Juke move by Donovan, but he can't get by 2 of the Buffalo Bandits. Buffalo really clogging up the cylinder. Geary has stayed in the goal with 7 seconds left. Who will finish the first quarter. Geary picks up that loose ball. That'll be it for the first quarter as the time winds down. 3-1. Buffalo takes a 2-goal lead.
In the preseason, I don't get out much. But come spring, there's nothing more relaxing than a little walk in the park.
All men are created equal. Some just work harder in the preseason.
You can still fly with Michael Jordan. All the excitement of the Jordan career is captured in this exclusive collection, the Michael Jordan Thrill Pack. Free with your paid subscription to Sports Illustrated, the magazine that gets you into sports like no one else. The Thrill Pack includes 2 free videos, Come Fly With Me 91 and Michael Jordan Airtime. Come fly with Michael to his early days in North Carolina and stay way up for the NBA and the original Slam and Jam and excitement. In Airtime, you go behind the scenes to see what it's like to be Michael Jordan as his championship dreams come true. Your Thrill Pack also includes this special collector's edition of Sports Illustrated. It's full-color excitement celebrating 3 seasons at the top. Get 54 issues of Sports Illustrated for only $1.39 an issue. Save over 52% off the cover price. For quicker delivery, use your credit card. Don't miss this big 3-pack Thrill Pack. It's the only way to fly. There is nothing in the world like Sports Illustrated. Get into it.
Don't miss Fire on Ice, the NHL, the Ottawa Senators versus the Los Angeles Kings. The great Gretzky going for that all-time scoring record. Tuesday, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Watch for it on the Deuce. Ross Cowie has been sensational in the first quarter of this major indoor lacrosse game. Look at the save. That's actually Geary. Geary making the big save. Geary has also stayed in the game. Went in for Cowie as Cowie had a penalty. And then when the penalty was over, Les Bartley kept Geary in the game, and he's there right now. I think if you're going to switch goalies, this is a good move by Bartley. You don't want to pick him in and out for minutes at a time. If he's in a groove, leave him in for a while. I think we'll probably see Cowie, if this game progresses, we'll probably see him again. First quarter stats, shots, Buffalo 16-11. Loose balls in their favor also. Faceoffs they've won. They also have a couple power play opportunities and 1 goal there. So they have really quietly dominated that first quarter. Boston has to make sure this game does not get away from them. Take the good shots on offense. They had 2 penalties late in the first quarter that were stalled by, here's Cordingley, 2 goals for him so far. But Buffalo really killed the penalties beautifully and took away a great opportunity for the Boston team to get back and tie this one. This is Tavares. It's been quiet for a while. That shot echoes up into the stands off the pads of O'Neill. He calls for it back. Loose now up front. He finally collects it. Christie has switched benches. She's now on the Buffalo side.
That's right, Leaf. And kind of a surprise, Ross. They left Bill Geary in after your penalty.
Yeah, Billy came in there when we're shorthanded, played out of his mind out there, played great and held us in there. Didn't get any shorthanded goal on us. So we get the privilege of having 2 good goaltenders on this team. We can do this anytime we want.
So you get a little bit of a break.
Yeah, a little bit of a break.
Well, unfortunately, Boston just scored on Bill Geary, so we might be seeing you out there a little sooner than possible. Andy Towers with that goal. Back to you, Leaf.
All right, it was set up beautifully by Chanenchuk. Watch Chanenchuk as he fakes right there and gives it to Towers. He thought, or the goalie Geary did, that Chanenchuk had the ball. Towers, look how big he is. Towers, one of the good-looking rookies, comes in there and puts that baby behind a goalie who was totally faked out. Nifty dance for Towers. But the real key to that was that Geary was looking to his left. He thought Chanenchuk had the ball. A nice fake. Totally took him out of that one, and the 6'4" Andy Towers, All-American from Brown, a first-round draft choice, makes his 2nd goal of the game for the Boston Blazers. And close, Tyson Elias bounce shot, and he scores. Nobody taking Tyson Elias off of the crease.
We're all set at the end of that goal.
4-2, Buffalo gets a 2-goal lead. O'Neill looks tired. Watch Elias get in close, and nobody defensively takes him out. The double team up top leaves him all by himself. There's the sliding defender, too late. The double team right there. Francis comes in, leaves Elias all by himself. 1 fake, he's gone. The sliding defender a little bit too late. But the double team killed him because they got the pass away. If you double team, you better knock the ball into the ground. Buffalo playing the double team beautifully. Clemens now. Score 4-2, a 2-goal lead for the Bandits. We're in period number 2 with 12 minutes left. Leif Elsmo, Christy Lee on the deuce. This game, critical in the National Division as we move toward the playoffs. Either one of these teams can end up winning this division. Either one of these teams can end up being out of the playoffs if they lose the remaining games of this season. Stevens, big arm save by Geary. With the score, we didn't have a time to put a punctuation mark on that Ross Cowie comment. Here's Stevens with a shot. But absolutely right. This guy has played great. Geary making the big saves as he does right there. And Bartley doesn't want to take him out. 2 minutes in, 2 minutes out. So he gives him a stretch. He'll leave him in there as long as he's doing well, knowing that Cowie can come back in. Maybe second half, maybe 4th quarter. Geary getting a just reward. Les Bartley in total control of this team. This team from Buffalo came in after losing to Boston. Very, very confident at the hotel, very controlled, knowing what they had to do, at least what they thought they had to do to beat Boston. And Boston has done such a job of putting pressure on Buffalo every time they play him. Tavares into Cordingley. He's got rope. Picture perfect for Buffalo. It was a give and go up top. Tavares got all the attention of the defense. And again, the slide kills him. Watch inside. He gives up the ball. The defense slides off him. He takes it right back. His defender is gone. Goal number 5, a 3-goal lead.
Okay, so I tend to put things off. For me, the time just has to be right. Like, I meet this amazing girl, and she's coming over tonight. It's like with Rogaine. I've been meaning to check it out. This is important to me. I thought about calling lots of times. You know when I called? Today. This was my time.
It could be your time, too. To find out more about Rogaine with minoxidil, call this 800 number now. You'll get a free information kit filled with facts to help answer your questions about Rogaine. And since you need a prescription to get Rogaine, you'll also get a list of local doctors offering a free private consultation to help you decide if Rogaine is right for you. So call today.
Hi.
Hi. Nice place.
Call now 1-800-433-8666 for a free information kit.
World Cup Finals from Vail, Colorado. Check these dates and times. The downhill on the 17th of March, the 18th, the Super G. Giant slalom the 19th, the 20th, the slalom. Lillehammer's newly crowned champions head the list of Olympic heroes at Vail. Watch it on the deuce. Now the goal here into Cordingley. He had given the ball up to Tavares. His man slid off of him. He turned around, got the ball back from Tavares. Very unselfish play. Beautifully worked to perfection to give them goal number 5. The last 2 goals on slides by the defense of Boston, where they took advantage of it. Last time they played, Buffalo was holding on to the ball a lot, not making very many passes in the offensive zone, trying to do it all themselves, and it hurt them. They made the adjustment. Shot clock, you heard one of the players counting it down.
10 seconds.
Shot clock violation. It goes back to Boston, and they really have to do a better job of protecting the ball and really getting some better shots from the offensive end. 5-2 here in the second quarter. They take it deep, try to stretch the field. Now across to Schmitz, and he gives it back to Carmine again. He tried to get it up to the player Boucher, but Boucher couldn't get it. Elias has got Nicula. Elias over to Nicula. Left-handed shot in the cylinder off of the shoulder of O'Neal. Fast break by Elias and Nicula. Now Elias goes off and Cochran comes on for him. Hamley comes in for Nicula. Now Schmitz will start the offense. Left-handed shot picked up easily by Geary. No screen on that play, so Geary had an easy vision of it. Big Andy Towers back to Tanachuk. This is the reverse of the last combination. Carmine now working from behind. They're trying to get the goalies to feel a little bit uncomfortable. Stretch the field. Work from behind, but the goalie may be tempted to start from behind and look out front. Carmine now looks to the cylinder for a cutter. All the way out to Tanachuk. Rocket shot and wide. Shot clock going down to 6. They did not reset the shot clock because he did not hit the goal. This is Carmine. He'll have to slam dunk. Air back door. Schmitz. Rope and goal number 3.
17 and deep. Yeah, we report it goes on his bench. I'll report his time.
Ball movement is the key. Look at Schmitz to the left. He's parked. They come in, get the attention. Back door. Geary cannot make the slide fast enough. Easy when you move the ball. Again, look at it. Carmine comes in, draws the slide. Geary has to go one pipe to the other pipe. Too late for Peter Schmitz. Gets his first goal of the game, and now 5-3. That is the way they want to do it. Beautifully done. Ball movement. Nobody there on the back door for Schmitz. His first goal tonight, he had a hat trick when Boston beat Buffalo up at the Aud just 3 weeks ago. Buffalo controls the faceoff. This is the veteran aired into Tavares. Tavares. Did he say the best player? Certainly the stats prove that there's an argument for it. The best player in the league, Tavares. Very well balanced, great assist man. Great goal scorer, first team All-Pro. Number 11, watch for him. The All-Pro selections, incidentally, starting this week. The players will decide who makes that team. Ballots have to be in by the 23rd of March, and we will announce that in the playoffs. This year's All-Pro selections. Now Boston again moves the ball behind. You see the shots on goal. Buffalo leading in that category, 27-14. Again, that is a stat that has to be improved on if Boston is going to have success against Buffalo. Blanchard picks it up. The Ohio Wesleyan player now gets it in to Clemens. Back to Blanchard, who couldn't pick it up because Feltman was playing such tight defense. Feltman all over Blanchard.
On the bench, Leaf, and Bob Hamley, the Hammer. How are you guys playing Boston differently? It seems like it's working for you.
Well, we're just trying to play a little intenser on defense and pick up our man and play tough defense. We didn't do that in Buffalo, and we're just trying to do that now.
Bob Hamley. Thank you very much.
Hammer Hamley, one of the offensive stars. He is so consistent. Number 28 on the Buffalo team. Now Boston back with their offense. Gladiator music in the background here at the Boston God. Tomo comes in and misses the defensive push. Moving pick is the call. Goes back to Buffalo. Look how quick they get the transition going. Brian Hall back, but Frazier and company drop back in for Boston and clog up the middle. 7:40 left in the second period. 5-3. Buffalo with a 2-goal lead. Shaughnessy now, the veteran, backs up against Doddridge. Neil Doddridge came here from Detroit. Second season for them. Low rug burner beats O'Neal. Big goal by Derek Laub, who's playing only because Rich Kilgore has been set down. Laub gets a chance to shoot. Watch him come underneath. Underneath, just rockets that shot. Actually didn't stay too low. It goes about high enough to beat the shoulder height. Let's take a look at it from this angle. Laub comes down. He starts low, comes up high, and beats O'Neal.
Okay.
6-3, a 3-goal lead again for Buffalo.
You're looking at the shrewdest general manager in baseball.
He's a bum. Trade him.
He's known for brilliant trades and a keen eye for young talent. And now you can beat him at his own game playing Sports Challenge Baseball.
Go ahead. I dare you to try.
Yes, you can manage your own pro baseball team playing Sports Challenge Baseball. You draft real big league players, then make your trades. Call this number now for free information about the ultimate baseball experience.
He's hitting .368. Let's keep him.
If your players do well in real life, so does your team. If they don't, trade them. Put together the best team and win your share of $100,000 in cash and prizes. You'll see winners' names in Baseball Weekly.
I'm in here. Are you?
Play alone or with your friends. It's easy.
And fun. Come on. Get in the game.
Call now for free information about Sports Challenge Baseball and this year's prizes.
Call 800-652-0101. That's 800-652-0101.
Derek Laub has given Buffalo a 3-goal lead now with 6:50 left. And he did it in a beautiful fashion. Great technique in the shooting of Derek Laub. He dropped the stick low, which made the goalie go low. Now we get back to live action. Backdoor is Andy Towers, and he is a towering player at 6'4". He wears number 66 for the green and white Blazers from Boston. Bob Hammer Hamley from Buffalo now will reset the offense. Shot clock down to 15. His defense by Francis. Ball comes in, tried to find Cochran. He couldn't get it. Now 2 players on Cochran. Carmine and Chanachuk trying to get it. That's Laub now. Derek Laub trying to get it. He does not. Shaughnessy. 2 seconds on the shot clock. He'll just throw it high. We're going to have somebody go to the penalty box. I guess it's Andy Towers. And O'Neal a little bit frustrated. Penalty is going to be on Towers in the corner. Watch as Cochran takes it out. That check right there. Towers went high. He went up with the stick, over the shoulders. Watch him go up high. He ran the stick off the shoulders up to the neck. And as he comes down, you see the stick was wrapped around his neck. These guys are tough, folks. Bring it up and say about that.
The other option you got is
Bartley giving options to his team, reminding them what he wants them to do. You see that he has a bench that's totally organized. He stands behind the players. They're all sitting down, saving energy. This is a power play, 5 against 4. Back to Veltman. He's got a shot there, but it's brushed wide. The broom save by O'Neal. He's been active, O'Neal has not much to shoot at there for Darius Kilgore. Tavares sees an opening to Veltman, but it's checked out. Just quite couldn't get the handle. The speed now of Francis. Francis tries to juke it up. Can't get it. Veltman picks it up. It's loose. What a pick-off by Carmine. 1:23 left on the shot clock. Or I'm sorry, on the penalty. They've got about 23 seconds on the shot clock, so they'll try to burn it all up and get that penalty down to about 1 minute on Andy Towers. 3-goal lead for Buffalo in the second quarter. About 5 minutes left in this half. Boucher can shoot from there. Bounce shot goes wide. Uh-oh, they're off to the races now. Veltman's got some wheels. He gets it to Tavares. Tavares is the trailing player. Back to Tavares. No! Shot by Stu Aaron. Tavares does not get a chance. Could be a trip call. Carmine trips up Darius Kilgore. He's still down. Veltman now picks it up. They are gassed. You're going to see Cordingley come back on. They reset their power play, 5-on-4. Up top is Francis. Now they go low. It's a different formation here in their power play. They've got a man behind. Carmine tries to rag him. Shot clock violation, you believe it. So even with 5 players against 4, the tough defense of Boston and O'Neal calls a shot clock violation. Now they should be able to just burn up the penalty. Only 19 seconds left on the penalty. About 1 more second on the shot clock. They may not get a shot, but they should be all even before Buffalo gets the next offense. That's the goal. Randy Frazier. Nobody behind Frazier. If he loses it there, it's going to be a fast break for Hall or Cordingley. A little bit dangerous. Donovan now has it. I think they might want to push it down lower. Shot clock down to 1. Take the shot. Reset their defense. Towers comes out of the box. Donovan's back to play defense. So is Chanenchuk. And here comes Doddridge. Fresh offense. Brian Hall leading it for Buffalo. Under 4 minutes now in the second period. A 3-goal lead still for Buffalo. Low-scoring game by Buffalo standards. They have a great offense. Chanenchuk with a hacking defense. Chanenchuk just takes off. Bartley say, use your head. He's got the 3-goal lead, but he isn't happy. He's got to win. He feels to go to the championship.
Move it. Cool it. Silver. Bullet. Rock it. Smooth it. Silver. Bullet. Play it. Pull it. Take it. Taste it. Live it. Love it. Say it. Play it. Take it. Pull it. Silver Bullet. It's the right beer now. Grab it while you can. Silver Bullet. Have the right beer now.
Are you ready to rumble?
Clock winding down in the second quarter. Buffalo maintaining that 3-goal lead. Boston did a nice job, though, of killing the power play opportunity of Buffalo. They really didn't get very many good shots. Buffalo stepping up, I think, their comfort level. Here's Boucher coming in, reeling against Brian Hall, looking for a trailer. Nobody. Boucher takes it and bounces it off of Geary's chest. Lias gets rocked into the boards, and that'll be a 2-minute penalty on Boston. Lias is hurt. He is still on the floor. And that'll be a 2-minute penalty on somebody on the Boston team. Ron Frazier trying to get a clarification. Lias goes in, gets the ground ball. Here comes 2 players. Doddridge goes up high. You saw Towers get called for it. Doddridge, same thing. Riding the stick up above the shoulders. That'll be 2 minutes in the box. A little bit of blood on Lias, but he is up and moving. We'll be back. Power play for Buffalo coming up.
Hi, I'm Tina. This is my baby. I feed her, nurture her, and I guide her. Believe me. At 130 miles an hour, when she starts to whine, I'm a real mother.
We're back at the Boston Garden where the Buffalo Bandits lead the Boston Blazers 6-3. And Tyson, you took a big hit. You're bleeding, buddy.
Well, it's a part of the game, taking the hits. It's just a matter of when you get sticks. Unfortunately, I got a stick in the face, and it was the right call. I don't mind taking one for the team.
Buffalo just scored. Tyson's having a great game. Leaf.
Well, Chrissy, this is the killer thing for Boston. They're putting themselves in the hole. Hamley comes in. He looks for a feed. They take away his passing lanes, so he just shoots. Watch Boston take away the passing lanes. Hamley walks in, sees rope, and hits it. Hamley gets the first goal of the night, but the 7th goal for Buffalo. They've had a lot of help from the penalties of Boston to give themselves a 5-4 advantage, and they've taken advantage of that opportunity. Boston did it when they are up in Buffalo. They got 4 goals on power plays. Buffalo did not want to give Boston that advantage again. They've done a great job of staying out of the box, but Boston has not been very smart in that regard. There's another push. Francis pushes. It'll be Buffalo ball. Tavares has been quiet, but he's been playing a great team game. And again, you can't just shove from behind. This will be a technical foul right there. Tavares goes down. Meanwhile, Veltman comes in, takes the shot, and scores. This one is getting out of hand, a little bit out of reach for Boston now. 5 goals separate the 2 teams. They better close the door here and tighten up the defense. Veltman comes right across the crease. Watch him sweep from our left to our right. Veltman will come in, comes down, takes the feed, and beats the shoulder save of O'Neal. Beautifully done. Good defense on him, but they did such a great job of threading the needle to Veltman, and he just redirects it past O'Neal, who looks stunned. The 5-goal lead by the defending champions.
Would you play golf with this broken club? It could make you a better golfer than you ever dreamt possible.
Hi, I'm Al Geiberger, and I found an amazing golf club that can help you hit them longer and straighter. It's called the Medicus.
This unique hinged club monitors and grooves your entire swing. Come back too fast or use the wrong angle, and the Medicus breaks down to let you know it. Swing correctly, and it works just like an ordinary club. Use it in your backyard, take it to the driving range, even use it on the golf course. Medicus forces your club head into the right position.
It'll take strokes off of your game, and I promise you it'll improve your swing and you'll hit it further.
Medicus is yours for 3 easy payments of only $33. And if you call now, we'll send you this Medicus instructional video free. It's guaranteed to work for you, so order your Medicus today.
To order Medicus, call 1-800-652-0101 for only 3 easy payments of $33 plus $7.50 shipping and handling. Call 1-800-652-0101.
Outside, guys, it's working. You got to continue to keep the 3 alley open. Balls against.
Guys, at the end of the half, come back.
At the end of the half, we have to go out second, so come to the bench. 1, 2, 3.
All right, they look pretty confident. You heard Les Bartley say, keep the 3 alley open. And that is where they scored those last couple goals. Accordingly, had one. 3 alley is just the goal extended straight up the middle. It's where you get the full advantage of shooting at 18 square feet of rope. Ron Frazier not happy because he knows his team is not following his orders. They're not playing as smart as he has asked them to play. The whole team knows they've got to stay out of the penalty box, yet they've been playing aggressively and finding themselves in the penalty box too much for the powerhouse offense of Buffalo. Now, Chris Cameron will try to get things started. He scored the first goal of the game. Gave Boston their only lead at 1-0. Frazier in close, a big save by Geary. Beautiful move by Cameron and Frazier, and Geary came up huge. 1:45 left. Here comes Buffalo. Shot, and a stunned O'Neal lets it go in. Great, hard, right-handed shot. Buffalo now. O'Neal looking very, very tentative. His confidence is definitely shaken. Laub comes in close, but it's Cochran coming down on the far side who takes the right-handed shot, and he just beats O'Neal, who looks like he is tiring or just not having the confidence, certainly, that he had 3 weeks ago. First goal tonight for Cochran. 1:25 left. Geary with another great save. Out to Nicula. 6 different players scoring the 9 goals for the Buffalo Bandits. Accordingly, with a hat trick, Elias with 2, everybody else with single shots, and Tavares has not started to light the lamp yet. And that won't last too long, folks. You know, Tavares is a good player. Here comes the fast break, knocked out of the stick of Chanachuk. Glenn Lay, he is a handful. Over to Nicula. Ryan Nicula, so strong, loves the left hand. Checked out the double team and triple team. Now they're going to call Carmine with the same kind of check. They are really calling it tight as we look at Brian Nicula. Played at Whittier on the West Coast.
Who had the ball
Again, it's going to be the same kind of high hit, everybody. Watch Carmine come up and ride it up top. Carmine comes from the back to double team, right up to the head. Anything over the shoulders, you're spending time in the box. And Boston, you don't have to have an effective check that high. Carmine had great position. If he squares him up on the shoulder, he's got him nailed. Boston with their aggressive defense, and Nicola's okay. Thank goodness he's coming off. The aggressive defense is great. Ron Frazier wants that, but you've got to be smart enough to keep the checks low. Another power play. It'll be Hamley now, quarterbacking. Frazier can't wait for this half to end. 42 seconds left for that. A 6-goal lead as the second quarter. We talked about the explosiveness of this team, how they can blow a game open in any quarter. They like to do it in the second and third, and they are doing it right here. Janachuk can't get it. Hamley pushes them into the boards. Push call. It'll go back to Boston. They would love, obviously, to get a shot here. Normally, you're thinking about killing the clock. Frazier can't afford to do that. He has to think about getting a shot. Shot clock is off because there's 29 seconds left in the half. And, of course, they'll try to milk it down to about 10, then try to get something solid against Geary, who has been on top of his game as he came in for Ross Cowie on a penalty. No warm-up, and has looked great. Stevens can't pick it up. Watch out. Veltman will be off to the races. He finds Tavares. Tavares has a trailing player, Stu Aird. Tavares, left-handed shot, now gives it to Veltman. Veltman takes it, but wide of the net. 2 seconds, one, counting down. That'll be it for the half. Not enough time. There's a save made by O'Neill. All right, let's listen to this action coming right at you with a 9-3 lead for Buffalo. Bartley has to be happy with the first half action.
It's a silver time. It's a silver place. It's a silver setting at a silver base. Swaying palms, our very best friends. So silver bullet smooth. They never end. In a silver time. Coors Light. In a silver place. So right here now. Silver memory.
Brine Lacrosse, the power behind the game.
On the deuce, we're back at the Boston Garden where the Buffalo Bandits lead Boston 9-3. And joining me in the Coors halftime report is the head coach for the Buffalo Bandits, Les Bartley. Les, your team has come out here and is obviously doing what it needs to do to get this job done today.
Well, yeah, we're playing pretty well as we stand right now. We wanted to learn from some of the mistakes that we made in our last game against Boston. I think we've done that. Our guys have come intensely prepared for tonight's game and are working our systems the way they should be worked.
And what changes were those that you made?
Well, we didn't really make any changes. We made a few manpower changes as to moving a few people around. Tyson Lias moving down to our third liner, Mark Cochran up onto our second line. Rich Kilgore's out of the lineup, so we changed Jeff Hartle into his spot. Derek Lobb scored a goal out here for tonight. But other than that, we haven't changed our systems at all. Our systems, we continue to play. We just got back to where we should have been last week.
Well, you keep telling your team, we haven't won anything yet. We haven't won anything yet. Is that the pep talk you're going to give them in halftime?
Absolutely. You have to win every shift when you come out here. You have to come prepared to play, and every shift is a battle. The game's not over until the fat lady sings, right?
Thanks a lot. Les Bartley, head coach of the Buffalo Bandits, and we'll be back on the deuce with Stats and Stuff and Leif Elsmo next.
Are you ready to rumble?
Go first class with the host hotels of the Major Indoor Lacrosse League. In Baltimore, the Sheraton Inner Harbor Hotel. In Boston, the Boston Marriott at Copley Place. And the Cambridge Center Marriott. In Buffalo, the Buffalo Hilton. In New York, the Long Island Marriott. And in Philadelphia, the Philadelphia Airport Marriott. The official hotels of the Major Indoor Lacrosse League.
If you're looking for a new career opportunity, listen to this. There's never been a better time to be an electronics repair technician, like me. We're really in demand, and you could be too. The National Education Center is now offering a course to train you as an electronics repair technician. Call now for a copy of this brochure. This could be your chance of a lifetime.
For a brochure, call NEC at 1-800-554-9000. 1-800-554-9000. Call now.
Tonight's MILL Game of the Week is brought to you in part by the Marriott Copley Place Hotel in Boston. The Marriott Copley, home to the Boston Blazers and MILL in Boston. Welcome back to the Coors Light halftime report. So far, it's been all Buffalo after Chris Cameron started the scoring for Boston. Hi, everybody. Leif Elsmo, and we are bringing you the deuce, the mill action on the deuce. This game critical. Let's take a look at the stats as we talk about Buffalo really getting in command with a 9-3 lead. They built up some pretty hefty stats. The score, of course, well in their favor. Look at the shots on goal. They're commanding there with the loose balls. That has to be evened out if Boston's going to have a chance. Saves, Buffalo doing a great job with 2 goalies playing. Face-offs, almost even. But the extra man, 3 extra man goals for Buffalo, and that is critical. The shot charts for the Bandits, look how they're getting a lot of shots in the red zone. 4 goals to show for that. 7 more shots straight ahead, right down the cylinder with 2 goals to show there, and 3 goals on the fringe, but a lot of power right down the middle. How about the home team? The Boston Blazers, no goals in the red zone. They've had some shots, but they cannot beat the tough goaltending. They've gotten their 3 goals, 2 from the wings. They've got to improve that goal production right down the middle, especially in the red zone, if they're going to have a chance to win this game. Game is obviously critical to the National Division. We talked about last night's game where Philadelphia beats Detroit 15-6. Detroit now slides into second place. What a game it was. They came into the Spectrum in Philadelphia. The Gate brothers put on quite a show. Paul Gate comes in, makes a big fake, and beats the great defense of the Detroit Turbos, and the Spectrum was very happy with the offensive output. Dallas Elliott and company did a great job defensively, but tempers got moving pretty hot and heavy. Dance for the Turbos starts things off a little bit rough in the third quarter. All kind of fights broke out in this one with Philadelphia way ahead and frustration showing on the Detroit Turbos side. An easy win for Philadelphia in the win column of the offense, but the fight's making it very tough and frustrating for Detroit as they try to stay in the playoff hunt. We'll be back to see if Boston can climb back into this one from the Boston Garden.
Jim Rome's Glossary Primer, number 413. Roadkill.
To understand this word, you gotta know 2 teams. The Ottawa Senators and the Dallas Mavericks. You see, every time these 2 teams leave home, they get slammed, wrecked, crushed. Every time. They should stay home, it's safer. They hit the road, they get killed, that's roadkill.
Watch Rome, speak Rome. Talk 2, phone in sports talk with a language all its own. Tonight, 10:30 Eastern on ESPN2.
Getting set for third quarter action, Leif Elsmo, Christy Lee, who's moved over to the Boston Blazer bench for the third quarter. On the deuce, 9-3. I talked about the team from Buffalo being able to blow out another team in either the second or third quarter. Well, they did it in the second quarter of this game. 6 goals to only 2 for Boston by 6 different players. Gives them that nice 6-goal cushion, 9-3. And Boston is going to find it very tough to come back against this disciplined Buffalo squad. Bill Geary, number 39, is back in the nets for the Buffalo Bandits. Remember, he came in on a penalty to starting goalie Ross Cowie. Les Bartley has so much confidence in Geary, and he did such a great job, they kept him in. This is Hamley, first shot against O'Neill, who remains in the nets for the full time. This is Cameron, one-on-one. Cameron comes in, nifty head fake. Cameron scored the first goal of the game. The only lead that Boston has had about 3 minutes into the first quarter. Now he'll try to burn up the shot clock. There's Kilgore, not trying to be overly aggressive. Still a power play for Buffalo as we started this third quarter. Only 10 seconds left on the penalty. 5 on the shot clock. Schmidt's down low. They might have a chance to get a shot in here. Wheels in front and a bounce save. Beautiful save by Geary. Fresh shot clock. Stevens now working from behind. They like to try to confuse the goalie. It's tough if it's effective from behind. The goalie has to give a little attention behind and then go all the way across like he did right there. Geary has to travel 4 straight feet to make and refocus on the shot to make the save, and he did it there. Good offense, but a sensational save by Bill Geary to start the third quarter. Carmine takes a bounce shot, doesn't hit the net. Follow-up shot by Carmine. It's critical to get 2 shots. He gets air, but cannot get it to fall. Carmine launches himself with the left hand. Cameron back to play defense against Cordingley. Cordingley the backside. Here comes Tavares. And a big save by O'Neill. Good defense by Chris Cameron. Now he's getting help. This is Darius Kilgore trailing players. This is Tavares. And a big save by O'Neill. Another shot by Nicola. No angle at all by Nicola over there. And Christie is hot and heavy on the benches.
Hey, Levi back on the Boston Blazer bench. At halftime, though, I did have an opportunity to take a look at the Buffalo Bandits. Tyson Elias got some stitches in his chin. He said he's so used to that, it's like knit 1, purl 2. He was telling the guy how to do it. Brian Nicola, who got hit pretty hard in the first part of, or the last part of the first half, he had his bell rung, but he's okay. Troy Cordingley is still nursing that ankle, though. He is in a lot of pain. That's the latest on the injuries for the Buffalo Bandits.
Guys are tough, and I think he had a great interview with Tyson Elias, who said he doesn't mind taking a penalty. Hey, I almost got a souvenir on that one. Doesn't mind taking the hit if his team gets a power play. So he gets stitches. His team got the power play, and it helped to propel them into that 6-goal lead. This team from, as we look at Ron Frazier in Boston, what a tough challenge for him. His team from Boston went up and gave this defending champion team from Buffalo the wake-up call 3 weeks ago. They broke the 22-game winning streak, beat them 14-10. And really challenged them, along with Detroit, for the division lead. They gave Buffalo a scare. They could have been knocked out of the playoffs entirely because Buffalo has a very tough schedule. They play Boston tonight, then they play Philadelphia, then they play Detroit. But their focus is all on Boucher and the Boston Blazers. Boucher gets pushed, number 11 from Ohio Wesleyan. This guy can play the game. All-American, played with Blanchard at Ohio Wesleyan. That team vied for the national championship in Division III. Randy Frazier back to Boucher. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Boucher thought he had a screen. He bounced that shot in. Geary gave the old broom sweep save. 11-19 left in the third. Still a 6-goal lead. Tough thing now against the talented team from Buffalo is that they will take advantage of unsettled situations. Now they don't have to press for the lead. All they have to do is maintain the lead. The pressure is really on Boston to step up their offense. It will be a tough order. Just like any sport that you folks at home play, you do it 1 goal at a time. So Ron Frazier and his team from Boston wants to just maybe close that 6-goal lead to maybe 3 or 4 here in the third period. If they can get it down to within 3, they've done their job in quarter number 3. Darius Kilgore starts off by giving it to Cochran. Maybe the wrap check, tough defense by Talmo. Number 9 against number 6. Cochran comes in, beats Talmo. The right-handed shot, though, from the left-hander's side gives him little or no angle, and an easy save by O'Neill. Blanchard. There's Kilgore, marks him. Kilgore tries to rocket him right into the boards, and he gets the ball back. Big defensive check by Darius Kilgore. Kilgore from the Nazareth Collegiate Program. And now here's Stu Aird. Look at Aird running like a young kid. 37 next month, but what a great veteran he is, and glue to the experience of this team. Here comes Tavares. We haven't seen him score yet. Behind the back, Cordingley can't pick it up. And they protect the goal area. O'Neill now outlets to Jackson. Now Donovan has it, left hand, he's in the center, he's got a shot checked away by Tavares. And that check was going to send Cordingley, I believe, into the box. So Troy Cordingley.
Well, let him do both.
Bruce Crawford might give us the read on it, but Cordingley's already taken his spot in there.
Right here.
Christie talked about Troy Cordingley. He's got trouble with his right foot. He has not been able to shake it. It's been over a month he's had that problem. Ron Fraser trying to get his team focused and doing the right things. They played so perfectly in Buffalo, it's tough to ask them to do it again, but that was what their goal was tonight. They knew shooting would be key. Cameron takes a shot from out front, easy save by Geary. And that was a power play shot. Goes back to Buffalo now with 9:28 in the third. A minute 30 on the penalty. How about that check for Randy Frazier? Things are starting to get a little bit physical now as the game gets down to crunch time here in the third quarter. This is Tavares. He can score a man short. Ball checked out at the last moment. Tavares playing against two players. Hold call, and it'll go back to Buffalo. What a great job as Tavares looks frustrated. He asks for the ball. One player, Tavares, beat two, came in and almost got the ball back. This is Randy Frazier really trying to dislodge the ball. Watch the whacking check. You're supposed to be going for the ball, but this is a physical sport, folks. These guys are taking it week in and week out. Carmine comes off the bench, gets nailed by Veltman. Moving pick call, it goes back to Boston. Carmine's hurt. Chris, you might be able to find out something about Carmine. He looks like he might be hurt. He's on the bench. 56 seconds left on the penalty. It'll be power play when we come back.
You don't have to be 19 to have a body like this. You don't have to work out 8 hours a day. You don't have to be narcissistic or shallow. In fact, all you really need is $39 a month. The SoloFlex Muscle Machine. What are you waiting for?
You don't have to be a model to have a body like this. Or work out 8 hours a day. Or have an obsessive-compulsive personality. Or never eat anything but rice cakes and celery. All you really need is just $39 a month. The SoloFlex Muscle Machine. What are you waiting for?
Well, Wayne Gretzky continues his quest for Gordie Howe's record. He needs 4 goals to break Howe's mark. You can check out Fire on Ice on the Deuce Wednesday night, 10:30 live, as Gretzky and his Kings take on the Anaheim Mighty Ducks. It's major Indoor Lacrosse League action now live at the Boston Garden, where the Buffalo Bandits lead Boston 9-3. Right before we went to that break, Tom Carmine got hit pretty hard by Jim Veltman. He has left and gone back to the locker room, Leaf, and I'm going to go follow and try to find out an update for you.
All right, Christy, he is a key to that team. We know that. He had a ton of assists. He had 6 or 7 assists when they beat Buffalo up there. Here's a fast break. Meanwhile, Tavares all the way over to Stu Aird. Aird with the shot and a great check from behind or Peter Schmitz. Whoa, a push call. Peter Schmitz played great defense. Stu Aird came in, the trailing player. Tavares knew he was there. Look at Aird coming in, gets the feed from Tavares, and Schmitz makes a check at the last moment. He does push a little bit and gets the call. And Schmitz played it beautifully by trailing it all the way down, and Aird just raced everybody down, got in front of Schmitz. Great shot, but the defensive check took away any possibility of a goal. Possession gained on the technical foul of pushing. 8 seconds left on the penalty accordingly, so they'll get no good shots, no goals on their power play. Bad break for them, and over 7 minutes now, we've had no score in this third quarter. The second half has been pretty much of a defensive posture for Buffalo. They come in with a 6-goal lead and say, look, we're leading 9-3. Boston, you want to win? Score some goals. So they have not been overly aggressive offensively. They've had some shots, but they're going to make Boston score goals and have a chance to win this. Buffalo packing in, protected cylinder, as we just talked about. It's 5-on-5 now. Everybody back to even strength. Boucher gives it over to Chris Cameron. Up to Blanchard. Blanchard takes the left-handed shot, but the angle cut down beautifully by Geary, as Geary continues to be red hot in the goals. Now he's got it back. He looks for the outlet. Whoa, nobody there, and he pulls it back to the far side. Shaughnessy's got Aird. Aird casually tries to pick it up. He didn't get it. Now they've got 10 seconds to clear it. They're not going to do it. They should be counting this down. You've got 10 seconds to get it up to the midfield line. I don't think anybody was counting. So they got no whistle called against him. Tyson Elias, big fake against Doddridge. Came in with little or no angle to shoot from there. Brian Hall now. Shot clock reset though at 30 on that shot against O'Neal. O'Neal's gone the whole way. Ryan Nicula. One of the all-time leading scorers for Pittsburgh. You know, Nicula's biggest claim to fame, he's a great player. The fact that he was traded for the rights to get John Tavares for this team. Christy, what do you know about the big injury?
Well, Leaf, I followed Tom Carmine down into the locker room. He had his bell rung pretty darn hard. He is back out on the bench with us, and you will see him in action again, he says. He just splashed some water on his face. He's a tough guy, and he's going to be back playing for the Boston Blazers.
It's a local favorite, Tom Carmine is. UMass great. One of the leaders of this team is a very slight player, Carmine. About 155, 60 pounds, but it's tough as they get. This game is getting physical. Watch the rocket check there by Towers, and they just take Lias right down to the ground, but Lias 6'2", 214. Probably didn't even feel it. There's Kilgore. Checked by Doddridge. Doddridge looking for help. Marking is behind out. He's behind help, I was starting to say. Doddridge comes off, the offense comes on, and they give it to Carmine. So here's Carmine, who had his bell rung, now back out on the field. No score in the third quarter, and we are down to about 5 minutes and change, so 10 minutes of scoreless mill action. Stevens finds Rope. They were patient, and they finally get the first goal of the second half. Stevens bounces it in, finally beats Geary. That's the fourth goal of the game. They're back to within 5, and they've got a chance.
Everything in here costs. Everything. All you gotta decide is how bad you want it.
In a world where every point counts,
You're not in the NBA yet. All right. You said yay.
the hardest part of winning
Hey, yo, man, I slipped. Really, I can't take your money, man. Just a little incentive.
is choosing sides.
It's all there for him, and he's blowing it. You're not going anywhere if the Birdmen don't win. You remember that.
Above the rim. Rated R. Starts Wednesday, March 23rd.
The new Porsche 911 Carrera was crash tested in this secluded building. To Gerhard Royce, who tunes the radical new suspension. To Ivanka Madsen, who stitches a cabriolet top that takes 14 hours to make. And to Stepan Rebrovich, who builds the more powerful engine by hand. This building was the perfect place for these crash tests. Why? Because it meant they didn't have to watch.
Stevens gets his first goal of the night. Now he has to go up and face off against Silcott. Silcott squirts it between his legs back to Geary. He just power clamped it and then pulled it back to Geary, who came right up and outlets it now to start the offense for Buffalo. One more goal for Boston, and they can probably give this third quarter a grade of B. They've done a good job of keeping Buffalo out of the scoring zone so far, but they need to get another goal at least, maybe 2, if they want to get back in this game. Boston with a shot out front and a good save. Now it's still Luke Jackson picks it up. Geary has been sensational since taking over for Ross Cowie in the first quarter. Talbot, he gets a big save out of Geary. Buffalo does. Talbot was right in his face. Couldn't go to his left hand, pulled back to the right. Hardill, double team, triple team, and a very calm veteran Stu Aird resets it for his offense. Glenn Lane, great Native American, the Canadian fakes. They are so good with the stick work. Brian Hall gets inside the defense. Broke. The speed of Brian Hall just split the defense, and he came one-on-one with O'Neal. What a timely goal for Brian Hall. Watch him just split inside there. Beats Frazier first. Looks nice in reverse even. Comes in, beats O'Neal. Ryan Hall gets the first goal tonight. They've had a lot of guys score. Hall answers the goal of Stevens. So each team has one goal in this third quarter, and of course Boston needs a bigger advantage than that. Here comes Glenn Lee. He's a handful. He's tackled. Holding is the call, and the ball will stay in the possession of the Buffalo team. 3:47 left in the third. A 6-goal lead for the defending champion Buffalo Bandits. Boston has been the only team that have beaten this team since they got into the league with a 3-loss schedule, and they've been unbeatable 22 straight games before the last game against Boston. They ended the streak. Buffalo out for revenge tonight. And you can see that big second quarter. They can open up a gap, and they usually do it in the second or third quarter if you look at how they perform historically. Usually the other team comes up fired up, might even win the first quarter, and Buffalo just makes them pay for it in the second or third. They're a very balanced team. Schmitz takes a left-handed redirect shot. Geary makes the save. Down to 3 minutes on the quarter. And here comes Buffalo. Brian Mikula fakes the clear. A new line comes on. You will see a more disciplined bench than Les Bartley's bench. And after they got beaten by Boston, they went back to the basics that made this team great. You knew they were going to get beat sooner or later, and I think Bartley's happy that it happened, along with Johnny Moradian, who is the general manager. Both of these two guys, the architects, along with Crawford, of this great team from Buffalo. But they went back to the basics, the little things that have made this team so consistent and so powerful offensively. Donovan takes a shot, but Lobb just gets a stick on it. That one swept aside by Geary. 2:19 left in the quarter, a fresh 30-second clock for Boston, but you can see that Buffalo is getting a stick on most of their shots. They're clogging up the cylinder. They're not giving them the good shots in the middle without somebody making a big check. Donovan, good motion by Boston, though. They're making people move. Stevens got roped. 2 in a row.
Thank you. No commercial.
Stevens from UMass, a local favorite. Watch him come right down and just rocket that ball past Geary. He had some room up front and takes it right into the face of Geary. He had tracked him from Geary's right to Geary's left. Second goal in a row. And he is keeping his team within a hopeful distance, within 5 goals of Buffalo. They are still in this game. Hardo rockets into the boards against Chris Cameron. 3 Buffalo Bandits. Cameron's the only player there. Gets a little bit of help from Talmo, and now Geary outlets to his players. They went to the bench side. Bartley likes him to clear away from the benches. Most teams do in this league. Watch the cutting play. Tavares wraps it around his shoulder. That's a scary thing, too. Tavares has not scored yet. Randy Frazier's got Cameron on the far side. Frazier will take the shot. Right-handed shot right into the shoulder of Geary. Not much to look at. Frazier came down with the right hand, stick in the right hand. Again, you lose so much angle in this league if you don't put the stick into the cylinder. But good fast break by Frazier. Geary's been impossible to beat. Cameron gets a stick check from behind. Fight starting down low. And they're breaking up Randy Frazier.
What do you got? What do you want, bud?
And number 21, Jeff Hardhill from Ontario. Bartley trying to get a call.
21, 2-minute slash.
All right, you've got Hardhill with the slash. Here's Hardhill and Frazier. They start pushing. They start jamming. Hardhill stays on Frazier. Frazier says, "Get off my back, buddy." And that's where it started. Power play for Boston, but picked up by Tavares. Great man-down defense by John Tavares, first team All-Pro. And he is level by Clemens. Tavares doesn't blink an eye. He gets right back up. No pushing, no shoving by that guy. First team All-Pro can take it. Again, that would scare me. Tavares, don't forget, leading scorer on the team, has not scored yet. He's played an unselfish game, but he can ignite for 3 or 4 goals in a quarter. I wouldn't be surprised to see him have a hat trick, even though he hasn't scored yet. That would scare me if I was Boston. In the crease call. Ball goes back to the Buffalo team. That'll do it. Third quarter. Frazier says, all right, not too bad. And the 5-goal lead for Buffalo. This man, John Tavares, hasn't been a big impact yet. He's played a great game. He intercepts it, man down. He comes up. The ball cut loose, and watch the hit coming in. Bam! Boston still wants to win it.
When Burger King Flame Broiling went one-on-one against frying, you know who won? Flame Broiling won, 4-1. In fact, the Flame Broiled Whopper is the #1 preferred burger in America. And for a limited time, the Whopper is just 99 cents. 99 cents for the #1 burger.
Welcome to
We
Burger
may not be the world's #1 fast food place. It just tastes that way. Get a 99-cent Whopper at Burger King.
I took diet pills. I lost 34 pounds.
6 months later, the weight came back.
That's when I decided to get off the diet roller coaster and get on a Nordic Track.
In fact, Nordic Track is so easy to stick with that after 5 years, 7 out of 10 Nordic Track owners still use their Nordic Track skiers an average of 3 times a week.
It's been more than 2 years. The weight's still off, and I'm still on my Nordic Track. You should give Nordic Track a try.
Call now for a free video and brochure. Take weight off and keep it off. Nordic Track introduces the Weight Loss Satisfaction Guarantee. Research shows that Nordic Track's total body workout burns more calories than exercisers that only work your legs. Discover what numerous customers have found. With regular exercise on Nordic Track, you can take weight off and keep it off. And we're so confident you'll lose weight too, we guarantee it. We'll guarantee that you'll lose at least 10 pounds in 60 days or your money back. Call now for a free video and brochure. Ask about our 60-day Weight Loss Satisfaction Guarantee.
Major Indoor Lacrosse League action back on the deuce where the Bandits lead the Boston Blazers 10-5. We are in the Boston Garden. The Boston defense has had a very good time shutting down this man, John Tavares, the leading scorer for the Buffalo Bandits. Steve Conley has told me, their defensive coach, that they have shadowed him man-to-man throughout the game. And as you can see, it's been very effective. They've been on Tavares the whole game. So far, he has not scored a goal. Now the Blazers need to step up their own offense. They need to take better shots. They say they've got to get Geary, they've got to get him low, and they've got to do something and do it quick, Leaf.
Well, you're right about that, Christy Lee. But you've got to consider, and I think as you look at the third quarter stats, loose balls, Buffalo's still leading there, but look at the shots. Boston, for the first time, leads in shots. That's why Ron Frazier, at the end of that quarter, shook his head. That's okay. They won that quarter. 2 goals by Stevens to 1 goal by Hall for Buffalo. And that's what he wanted to do. He had to make the move in the right direction. You're right. It's not a lot of goals, maybe not enough, but it's going in the right direction. They are within 5 goals. They can do it. They've got to keep the pressure on and score early in this quarter. Don't give Buffalo the chance to increase that lead. Ball goes back to
if they're right, they're
Boston.
right. What do you want me to do?
Technical call gives it back to Boston. Cameron now reloads. You see Frazier on the sideline. He's worried. He knows he wants the first goal. First goal so critical now as this game is 10-5, and we're into the fourth quarter. It's a power play still, 5-on-4. Power play to start this fourth quarter. Back off the shot. Boucher just has that feed, that pass just bounce off his helmet. Boucher back to Cameron. Far side, Clemens takes it. He's got rope. Clemens gets his first goal of the night. Played at Springfield with Randy Frazier. Just gives it a lot of velocity. And Geary maybe starting to tire. Watch the overhand shot, right hip high. Very tough for a goalie to make a save in the hip area if you hit it so accurately like the shot was just made by Clemens. You make saves with your legs, you make saves with your stick low, your stick high. The hip becomes an area to shoot for because there's always some rope there. There's always a little bit of weight. That feed for Carmine bounces off Lias. Tyson Lias to Nicola. Nicola's got great speed. Left-handed shot and a sweeping save by O'Neal. Outlet pass all the way up to Chenachuk by himself. Chenachuk looks for air. Can't get the shot to stick. Blanchard follows up, but a very tough Bill Geary makes the save. Now, Geary has been in there a long time. If another goal is scored by Boston, I wouldn't be surprised if Les Bartley went back to Ross Cowie. Geary has not had a lot of minutes this year.
He wasn't up there. That's why they didn't call it.
We're hearing Bruce Crawford, the referee now, straighten things out. Geary has not had a lot of minutes. He may be tiring. Les Bartley will keep an eye on that for sure. And if he gets beat again, I wouldn't be surprised, as I mentioned, to see him come back in. 10-6 the score right now, though. Clemens opens up the fourth quarter with a score, and it's 2 straight goals by Boston. Looking for Rope to the left side, not much to shoot at. They just squirt it back to Geary. Doing a nice job of getting it down there, but you've got to push to the cylinder to give yourself a little bit of an angle. I can't tell you how little there is to shoot when you're on the wings. You've got this goalie that might take up 10 square feet, just plugging up most of the white stuff. You cannot see any target from the wing. Shaughnessy in, misses the net. Fast break, Chanenchuk has another chance. Hamley's chasing him. Chanenchuk rolls back, looks for a trailer, doesn't find anybody. Great job by Hammer Hamley to run down Bruce Chanenchuk. Outlet by O'Neill was absolutely perfect. Lob now playing defense. Stevens again. Shot, the bounce shot just wide. A good shot by Stevens. Tries to dig it out. Cochran. Stevens using both hands, and that'll be a hold call. It goes back to Buffalo. 12 minutes left. 4 goals down, Boston is. They've scored 3 goals in the second half to 1 for Buffalo. How about the Bandits team, averaging 15 goals per game, second in the middle. They can rip the rope, no question about it. Shows you how Boston has done a nice job of holding down their offense today. They've just got to get it on their own offensive side. Clemens to Jackson, bounce shot off the foot of Geary. Jackson nails accordingly, but the ball picked up by Hartle. Hartle now comes down, looks for help. The season quite possibly in the balance. Feldman shoots against O'Neill, big save. Cameron can't pick it up cleanly. Tavares on Cameron. Cameron wrenches out against Tavares. Tavares is very tired. Cameron looks for the trailing player, finds Francis. The ball's loose and Erie is out of the net. Can they pick it up? There's nobody in the goal. Erie is back now. Erie is trying to go back and control it.
That's it, you're both going up and you're both going. You're both going. 21 and 9, that's it. Billy, I'm going to the bench.
All right, Fraser not really excited about sending guys to the penalty area.
2 minutes each. It's orange ball.
You heard Bruce Crawford with the call.
They're both popping each other in the head. They both got roughing. Orange had the ball when I blew the whistle. 4-4, Buffalo ball.
They're putting a tight rein on this game, and Crawford sends 2 guys to the bench. Hartle will be in for 2 minutes along with Doddridge. Chrissy, how are things going down there? A lot of intensity, I'm sure.
Well, Leif, as you can imagine, it is very intense. And the key here, of course, is to make sure that they pick up the loose balls, just as they did in that Buffalo win, when they beat Buffalo in Buffalo. Get the loose balls, make sure you set up a good shot, take a smart shot, and hopefully it'll go in the net.
Geary has looked sensational. They have scored the last couple goals. Tavares now trying to get his first. O'Neill, a little bit of a shoulder save. Nicula looks like he's hurt. He's coming off the field. It'll be 4-on-4, by the way. You've got 1 guy in the box for each team. Buffalo has it. 4 players against 4 players. A lot of green, a lot of room to move. United is apt to get hit. They're going to try to probably set up a 1-on-1 for Tavares. That's what they're looking to do there. Tavares left-handed shot again wide of the net. And that ball will go back all the way to Geary off the back boards. The shot clock continues to count down. It's down to about 11. 10-24 in the game. 2 players in the penalty box, 1 from each team. Moving pick gives the ball back to Boston. Let's see how they move their offense when they play 4-on-4. Hartle, Doddridge, both with about 1:10 left on their penalties, but teams are even, playing a man short each. Playing 4 against 4. Buffalo leads 10-6, but Buffalo has not scored since Hall scored in the 3rd quarter. He's only scored once in the 2nd half. That shot from the wing, Chanenchuk. Hold call gives it back to him. You know, I just can't tell you how little there is to shoot from that side. We've studied it last year. When you are shooting a right-handed from the goalie's left, there's not much to shoot at. You've got to move into the cylinder. They get the ball back on a technicality, a lot of motion up front. They've got the big Andy Towers. Looks like the ISO for him. He's a rookie. Tried to get it in tight to Chanachuk. Back up front. Carmine can't pick it up. Shot clock down to 14. Towers. Carmine against Tavares. Carmine wheels underhand off the face mask. A good save by Geary. He stays in the nets, and here comes Shaughnessy. Into the two-man defense. Back door. Good check. Big check. Save that one. Peter Schmitz just laid some of the aluminum on it. The ball goes high into the net, gives it back to his Boston Blazers. 9:15 left in the game. 4 goals to make up for the Boston Blazers. They feel like they must win tonight to have a chance. They play Philadelphia the last game of the season, and they would have to have Buffalo lose both games and plus have a better goal differential to be in the playoffs. I'll explain in a minute. Clemens! Rope! This one's not over, folks. The Springfield player takes the feed, redirects the left-handed shot, beats Geary. They're back to within 3. Here comes the Blazers.
Think of all this as a large block of ice. Think of this as a chip off the old block. Coors Light's aged ice cold. So when you think of ice, think of the silver bullet. The only way to chill.
With Bowflex, you can outperform Solaflex and Nordic Flex, and we can show you how. Call this toll-free number now, and we'll send you our head-to-head comparison video absolutely free. Sound interesting? If you call now, you'll also receive this free fact-filled brochure that details the quality, convenience, and performance that only Bowflex can deliver. Call right now and make your own comparison. The time and money you save will be worth it.
Ten to 7, a 3-goal lead puts you in contention for the win. That's the emotional dividing line. If you're within 3, you feel like you can win it. You can score 3 goals in the MILL in a minute or less. This game is all offense, and they have climbed back from a heavy deficit. The Boston Blazers have. This crowd now getting into the wave. Clemens and Stevens. Clemens, 2 goals for him, and Stevens, 2 goals in the second half. They've scored 3 straight to get their team within 3. O'Neal stays in the net, so does Geary, and I'm still watching that. If Boston scores again, I wouldn't be surprised to see Geary come out. He has been sensational. Doesn't have a lot of minutes, though, and he may be getting a little tired. Blanchard puts pressure on him. Geary comes up big there. Glenley checks it out. Ball's wide. Here comes Donovan. Watch Brian Hall makes the big check. Ball loose. Blanchard. And Lay nails it. 30-second shot clock violation. The ball was loose. It'll go to Buffalo. Great defensive series for the Buffalo Bandits. Watch that, ball's loose. Almost picked off in midair by Stevens. Whoa, Glenn Lay almost gave it away. Boston leading in shots for that quarter, but for Boston to score a big ton of goals, it just doesn't usually happen. So they are being asked to do a lot coming back from that 9-3 deficit they had at halftime. Tyson Elias is hurt again. He's on the field, trailing the whole play. We'll watch him. He's holding his arm as if it could be a separated shoulder. Elias is down. Now they blow the whistle as the offense gets geared up for Boston. Elias on the other end holding, looks like his shoulder could be in that separated shoulder area. 7:42 left in the game. 3-goal deficit to make up for the home team, the Boston Blazers in green. Elias goes down right there, takes the shot. Or I'm sorry, it's Darius Kilgore, 43. It is Darius Kilgore, great player out of Nazareth. And as he launched, you saw him shoot the right-handed shot. He came down maybe on his elbow, and it seems to have affected his shoulder. We'll take a short break. When we come back, we'll be finishing up the last parts of the fourth quarter. The game's on the line. The Blazers are on the move.
You can still fly with Michael Jordan. All the excitement of the Jordan career is captured in this exclusive collection, the Michael Jordan Thrill Pack. Free with your paid subscription to Sports Illustrated, the magazine that gets you into sports like no one else. The Thrill Pack includes 2 free videos, Come Fly With Me 91 and Michael Jordan Airtime. Come fly with Michael to his early days in North Carolina and stay way up for the NBA and the original slam and jam and excitement. In Airtime, you go behind the scenes to see what it's like to be Michael Jordan as his championship dreams come true. Your Thrill Pack also includes this special collector's edition of Sports Illustrated. It's full-color excitement celebrating 3 seasons at the top. Get 54 issues of Sports Illustrated for only $1.39 an issue. Save over 52% off the cover price. For quicker delivery, use your credit card. Don't miss this big 3-pack Thrill Pack. It's the only way to fly. There is nothing in the world like Sports Illustrated. Get into it.
Well, major Indoor Lacrosse League action continues here at the Boston Garden, but our next game is Philadelphia. The Philadelphia Wings and the Buffalo Bandits. Let's join them. We'll see them next Monday night at 7 o'clock on the Deuce. We're back at the Boston Garden where we have a lead by the Buffalo Bandits, 10-7 over the Blazers, but the Blazers are fighting back. The fans are into this game, and the key, they say, is defense. They want to be in the Bandits' face at all times for the remainder of the 7 minutes left in this game.
Well, defense is half of it as we look at Brian Hall come down, try to get a shot off high off of O'Neal's backdrop there, the glass. But the big challenge for this team from Boston is they've got to score goals. So they've got to keep the defense going. They've played great defense. They've only scored 1 goal in the second half, Buffalo has. But Boston has to not only play perfect defense, they've got to score 3 goals to tie the game. And now we're under 7 minutes. Every offensive possession counts. That was a moving pick violation. Gives the ball back to Buffalo. These are all super critical. You know that. You've got to get the ball down there, put more pressure on Geary. And if Buffalo scores, well, it might be all she wrote. Elias back on the field. We haven't seen Darius Kilgore yet. 43, he went out with that injury. Johnny Tavares has not scored yet. Tavares hungry, coming in, looking for rope check from behind by Carmine. Carmine's off to the races. They're looking for him. Now they take off Peter Schmitz, trying to beat Tyson Elias. Elias beating him on the boards. Looking for a trailing player. Schmitz takes the right-handed shot. Not much on it. Towers was trailing. Schmitz really didn't see any target to pass to. Took the shot himself. A little bit of a weak bounce shot into Geary. Schmitz had a big game against Buffalo in Buffalo. 3 goals. Ryan Hall now. Cameron. 17 on 17. Big check there by Carmine, who's marked Tavares beautifully. Oh, hammered from 2 players. Elias and Tavares just took Carmine down. Carmine looked for the call, didn't get one. Cameron, he's in the cylinder, looks for help. Watch out, wide open, Stevens! No! Big save by Geary. Stevens again looks for help. He's saying, move, move, move. And front, Blanchard takes a left-handed shot. Geary's way out. They try to get him. Brian Hall wraps up the Blazer team. Here's Geary over there shoving and pushing. Brian Hall went over there to protect Geary. Geary was way out of the goal.
46.
Brian Hall was just trying to protect him.
17. You're going to go. 46 is going to go. He didn't do anything.
Well, the call's on Brian Hall and Blanchard. They both go. Here's Blanchard's shot. It goes off. Now watch Geary go way out. I thought maybe he'd be tired. No way. Ball gets checked 46. From his stick. And now they start pushing and shoving.
2 minutes roughing. Started with a push. It's going to be orange ball.
Crawford explained it to you. 2 minutes for each player, Hall and Blanchard. So it'll be orange ball. Buffalo will start with it. 5:21 left. Boston needs some offense in a big hurry. Look at that. It was the second quarter that undid, really, the great effort by Boston. They took over, Buffalo did, in the second quarter. Boston has won by a small margin in the second half, but they need more offense. Buffalo doing a great job of playing very controlled both ends of the field, making Boston score the goals to win. Carmine, the back door, looking for rope. Big save by Geary. Whoa, He has looked strong. Carmine, the only player down, trying to pick it up. No, Elias into the middle, looking for rope. He's got it. Tavares, first goal of the night. Carmine played it beautifully, but it was Elias and Tavares. 2-on-1. Outlet by Gary. Gary finds Tyson Elias. Elias knows he's got Tavares. Tavares takes it, nobody there. Sets himself, finds rope. First goal of the night. Again, one more time. Carmine almost got it. Carmine's the only player. Now it's 1-on-1, and Tavares makes it look easy. First team All-Pro, first goal of the night. He's played a very unselfish game, Tavares has tonight. And he still has time to get another goal or two. That was a huge goal. 4-goal lead now for Buffalo with 4:40 left in the game. Technical violation on that gives it back to Buffalo, and this may be it for the Boston Blazers. They did a great job of trying to crawl back in it. Buffalo just would not relent. Nicola comes around. He's got a great left-handed shot. That ball bounces off the boards. O'Neal now outlets. They've got to have it. They've got to have it now. I think you'd agree with me. Right-handers on the far side. Clemens, here's Andy Towers. He's huge. Comes in from Brown. Left-handed shot. Comes back out. Shot clock still counting down. Does Towers know? He's only got 12 seconds. I don't know if he knows he doesn't have much time. The defense gets confused. Back door. Hammer. Rope. Frazier. Towers did a great job of getting loose. Watch, he'll come to your left now. He'll just dish it to the far side. And Geary cannot make the slide fast enough. Frazier just pumps it home. Watch Towers. Behind the back to Randy Frazier all by himself. And Geary can't make that slide. No way. You've got to play defense against the back door. Beautiful backdoor shot set up by Towers. Finished by Frazier. 11-8. Back to within 3. Yes, they still have a chance, folks. 3:40 left in the game. 11-8. 12 seconds on the penalty. You're playing 4-on-4. Teams all leaving with a lot of room. We watched our game last week in Detroit. 3 goals scored in the last 30 seconds of the game. So it can be done, and is done in the Major Indoor Lacrosse League. Gary, oh no, he's interfered with. That'll give it back to him. Randy Frazier interferes. He's pushed by Cochran. Frazier, Ron Frazier's son, Randy, plays Springfield. Tough kid. Solid from end to end. Good defense. With 3:10, they'll give the ball back to Buffalo, and Frazier gets sent into the box. So that might seal the fate as we look at Tavares. 18-game goal scoring streak. Still lives, folks, because he's got his goal. First goal of the game at 10 minutes into the 4th quarter. He's a great player. Maybe the best all-around player in this league. I think most people would agree. So dangerous off the ball, does everything you have to do. No big ego to fool with here. The leading scorer on the championship team.
2 minutes and 10 minutes. We're sending a man over.
Has a load to carry this year because Derek Keenan, and Alexander, the 2nd and 3rd all-time leading scorers for Buffalo, did not return to the team this year. So extra pressure put on Johnny Tavares. Well, now Randy Frazier goes into the box, and along with Blanchard, you got 2 guys in the box. I guess Blanchard will come out maybe, and they only have 1 up on the board. It's 5-on-4. Hamley triggers from up top. Kilgore, good to see that he's back in right there for the right-handed shot. Hammer Hamley to Kilgore. Darris looking for a rope into the middle. 2 fakes and an easy goal for Cordingley. Gambling defense. Janenchuk was making a big slide.
You want to curse at me? I'm going to give you 10 minutes, Tommy. You want to talk to me? Talk to me.
And O'Neal gets beat by Cordingley. Cordingley, the heir apparent to Tavares. He's a young guy, 2nd year. As we're watching Bruce Crawford go, look at Cordingley, slips inside of the defense. 1 fake, takes it high, fake, low for the goal. Cordingley, 4th goal tonight, playing on a hurt right foot. And just when you think Boston had a chance, Cordingley answers. Tavares answered the first run by Clemens and Stevens, and Cordingley put a lid on it here after Frazier scored. Those are the two go-to guys in this current edition of the Buffalo Bandits. Without Keenan, without Alexander, it's going to be Tavares. It's going to be Cordingley that are really going to hurt you in the big moments of the game. But this team is full of scores. You see Buffalo has scored 8 different players. And Schmidt scores 1 for Boston. They're not giving up. 12-9 with 2 minutes left in the game. And Boston comes back. Schmidt's back door. Wide open. They rifle it into him. Comes across the cylinder. Takes the shot. Beats Geary. They're within 3 again.
People wonder, how far will he go? How good will he be? I'm only 22 years old. Stick around.
No matter where I park, it draws a crowd. It's a 55. It's a 55. 55. 55. This is one of the last real classics of our time. What do you think of the bumper, huh? Everything's original. And I take care of it myself right down to the oil and the Purolator filter. Pure oil now. It's a 55. So when someone asks me how I've kept up the engine, I just show them the Purolator. Purolator. I don't think you'd all fit. Legends live. 55. Purolator.
Match them up, guys.
Well, the season's winding down for Boston. They need a win here so desperately. 12-9, 3 goals to make up in 2 minutes. Remind you again about last week's game on the deuce. We thought Baltimore was going to come out of there with a win. They scored 2 goals in the last 30 seconds of the game, only to see Detroit score in the last 8 seconds with 2 seconds left on the clock to win it in Detroit. It was a dramatic game. This one has been a great game by both teams. They played solid the minute this game started. They knew what was on the line. Back door trying to find Carmine. Geary made the slide. Ball out front. Every possession is a must for Boston. Tyson Elias picks it up. They want to burn up the whole 30 seconds now. The clock down to 1:40. Boston has to press. They've got to get the ball. Brian Hall with possession. Carmine's going to rag him there. Donovan, they double team. Look at it to get it to Elias. They can't. Talbot can't pick it up. Into Brian Hall. He's got rope. It's all over. They couldn't pick it up. Talbot couldn't find the handle. Brian Hall could, and Frazier knows that his playoff chances may have slipped away right there. They still have a chance, and then it goes away. Talbot thought he had it. He's looking up for an outlet pass. Here comes Brian Hall, and an unsettled O'Neal doesn't cover the goal. He wasn't sure where he was. He's looking for an outlet pass. Now he has to play defense. Brian Hall, heads up goal. Great play by him. Second goal of the night. A 4-goal lead for Buffalo, and that could be the one that breaks their back. Chuck can't believe it. This team, emotional roller coaster for the whole game because they were out of it seemingly 9-3 as they came into the second half, but they played so tough in the third quarter and then really got back into it. As this fourth quarter wore on, they got close but could not tie it up. Buffalo just too strong. Towers gets it off to Schmitz. Schmitz looks for a trailing player. He takes it down, sets behind the goal, up to Towers. There, the underhanded shot. Geary just swings it away. Way out, Doddridge with a great, accurate left hand. Just missed the corner. Glove save by Geary. 1 minute even on the clock. Towers. Another shot off the pipe. Wait a minute, they're going to call it a goal. Yes, Fox says it was a goal. Will Fox comes in. He saw it. It went up into the corner and touched that net, bounced straight down. Geary arguing the call, but it'll be a good goal for Boston. 13-10 with 54 seconds left. Well, if they can duplicate what happened to Detroit, this could be interesting. Another look at it. It's coming from your left. Right there in the middle to the upper.
You want a timeout? We're going to give him a delay.
Wow, it looked like it hit the pipe on the replay.
Timeout, Boston. Timeout, Boston.
scoring judge did not give it a goal. He did not give it the old red light. Looks like it hit the pipe and went straight down. So it looks like from the replay, from what we can see, it would be a no-goal call. Referees saw that it hit the net, and they gave it goal good.
They've got 2 games left.
Folks, let me explain it to you. That goal was huge, and it was given to him by Bill Fox, the referee. The goal differential is what Frazier said. He said he doesn't want to give up another goal. Boston beat Buffalo by 4 goals, 14-10. The score now is 13-10. If it had ended up a 4-goal lead, they would have gone to the next tie-breaking differential if, in fact, these two teams end up tied for the division playoff. Frazier is ecstatic that he got that last goal. Now he wins the goal differential if the score ends up like it is now. He doesn't want to give Buffalo a goal now. He'll settle for a 3-goal loss. Schmitz comes in undefended. Finally ridden off by Darius Kilgore. Look out, Doddridge redirects and a save by Geary. So the goal differential, the key, and won't they be talking about this one if in fact it comes down to that call. Buffalo may change it right here. Hamley backside and a goal! Hamley finds a rope. 14-10, the identical score in Buffalo. O'Neal not having the sensational game he had up in Buffalo. He was absolutely unbeatable. Beautiful fast break. Hamley comes down trailing on the one side. Second goal tonight for the Hammer. And now both teams identical scores. The goal differential would be identical. And they'd go to the next tie-breaking procedure. So if he can sneak a goal in here, it would be huge. Tavares could be the guy to get it. Looks for the trailing player. Tavares comes in, looks for rope in between the legs, and it goes wide. Watch Lias. Whoa! What was that shot? And the game is over. Lias wraps it around his right hand. Beautiful game by the young rookie Tyson Lias, Johnny Tavares. Both teams playing a sensational game. Identical wins score-wise for each team. 14-10. And the other one's home arena. We'll be back with our closing comments, our player of the game, when we return to the Boston Garden on the Deuce.
What if all the physical laws that we presume to